Now, the recent surge in police shootings is renewing questions about officers' use of deadly force. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Kariba Devine. Team 12's Bram Resnick joins us in studio with a closer look at the shootings and a new report showing the challenges facing cops on the streets. Bram?
Yeah, keep in mind the spate of shootings comes as the U.S. Department of Justice investigates Phoenix PD's use of excessive force. A new study finds that while Phoenix ranks first in the country for police shootings, Arizona's weak gun laws get some of the blame.
Fighting crime can go hand in hand with reform.
Reforming the Phoenix Police Department is why Michael Sullivan was hired last year as chief.
Whether the Phoenix Police Department uses excessive force in violation of the Fourth Amendment.
The U.S. Department of Justice's sweeping probe of Phoenix PD, now 20 months old, is focusing in part on a high rate of police shootings. Sullivan has experience dealing with DOJ investigators.
Our chief was out here today. He was out here a majority of the entire morning.
The fifth police shooting in the last 4 days is renewing questions about Phoenix officers' use of deadly force. With 9 shootings in the first 11 weeks of this year, Phoenix PD is on a pace that would top the record of 44 in 2018.
It's not just a Phoenix thing, it's an Arizona thing.
Former Arizona Public Health Director Will Humble is releasing a new in-depth study of firearm violence in Arizona. While Phoenix police had the highest rate of shootings among the 10 largest U.S. cities, Humble said rates were also high in Tucson and Mesa. The study lays part of the blame on Arizona's lax gun laws.
You have a police department that's also working in an environment where that's basically in a wash in guns.
12 News has learned that several of the suspects in the recent spate of shootings were legally prohibited from possessing weapons.
There is a very high correlation between felons who are illegally in possession of firearms and those that later get involved in shootouts with the police.
And Chief Michael Sullivan wasn't available for comment today on this story. The Phoenix Police Officers Union, PLE, issued this statement, quote, "The common theme in most of these situations is our officers were responding to a call and subsequently attacked. Our officers never want to use deadly force, but in these scenarios it is challenging to see any other option when the suspects are actively attempting to harm or kill the responding officer. The community must demand that the violence being used against our officers ends immediately."
Bram, let me ask you, the chief was sworn in back in October, but we really haven't seen or heard much of him since then.
As far as I know, he's done only one media interview. That was back in late January. I'd been trying to get him all day today, talking to the police department. Was unable to until just within the last half hour, 45 minutes or so. I was told he will be available tomorrow. We'll bring you that story tomorrow.
Okay. All right, Bram, thank you.
Sure thing.